What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince Warburton and this is VW Fitness. Today we are going to talk about the Labrada Nutrition Vegan Protein Ready to Drink. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so before I get to today's video, just a quick reminder, head on over to the website, www.vwfitness.club. Snag yourself up an official VW Fitness blender bottle shaker cup, the official one that I actually use in every single review. So let's get into this, guys. Now, I just did the Labrada Nutrition Ready to Drink full review, and basically actually what happened is Labrada Nutrition actually reached out to me initially before anything was even sent, and they said, hey, we're coming out with this vegan protein. Would you be interested in trying it and reviewing it? I was like, yeah, that sounds great. Wasn't quite ready for, being shipped out or whatever, so they sent me their full line of their regular protein shakes, which I thought were overall pretty good. Some of the flavors I enjoyed way more than others, and overall I think the biggest key takeaway for me was the 40 grams of protein. That was massive, especially in a ready-to-drink protein shake. Overall, the macros weren't obviously the greatest, but given that you're getting 40 grams of protein, you could kind of, it's a give and take with anything, of course. They did send me the lean body vegan proteins, which I was very happy, and I got to give them a big shout out and thank you to Labrada Nutrition. Now, this is unpaid, guys. They did not tell me to say anything specific. They basically just sent it to me and said, hey, we'd love it if you would do a review. So that's exactly what we're going to do here today. I know I've gotten some feedback regarding, obviously if I didn't pay for it, like it's not as good of a review. Trust me, guys, I try to keep this as honest and unbiased as possible. That's the only way this channel can really function is, by keeping everything 100% straight up and give you guys my honest opinion, even when it hurts to say. If you guys are new to the channel, we break down a protein shake review into 3 different parts. We're going to talk about number 1, price, number 2, the label ingredient breakdown, and then lastly, we'll talk about the taste. Taste is going to be very important here. Vegan proteins, they're either very hit or miss with me. I either really enjoy it or I really don't. The chalkiness is probably the biggest downfall for me. When it tastes chalky and just not like real, I'm not a huge fan. All right, guys, so I'll be completely honest in terms of this pricing breakdown. As you notice, the bottles are missing. We actually had to wait for Labrada Nutrition to get me an actual price point because this product is not currently on the market, or when I'm shooting this review, it's currently not on the market. They did get back to me, guys, and the price for this comes in at $38.49 for a 12-pack. That breaks down to about $3.21 a bottle. Now, this is just slightly a little bit more expensive than their ready-to-drink shakes that are non-vegan. Those come in at $3.08, and I kind of talked about this before. In terms of the price point, I base it solely on the price. So in this case, because it's a vegan protein, I think that's actually a very well-rounded price point, and in that case, I'm going to give it a solid 5 out of 5. All right, let's move right into the label ingredient breakdown, guys. Now, both these flavors, the vanilla caramel and the chocolate, have the same macro breakdown. The only difference in the vanilla caramel is the amount of sodium. Everything else is the same. So let's go right into it, guys. We start out with 280 calories. Now, that is pretty high for a ready-to-drink protein shake. I've seen a lot of proteins that are probably under, 200. 11 grams of fat here, which is pretty high. 570 milligrams of sodium. This one has 600. That's the big difference there. 15 grams of carbs, which includes 8 grams of fiber and 6 grams of added sugar. Now, the sugar is a cane sugar. It is not like a high fructose corn syrup or something like that. Alongside that, guys, you're looking at 7 grams of net carbs when you minus the 8 grams of fiber from the total carbohydrate. I don't think that's terrible. I think that's still a reasonable amount, especially when you're adding real cane sugar. It's obviously going to make things taste a lot better. And when you're trying to do things, I think vegan, it's difficult. You're really trying to make things taste a certain way, and I think that's hard to achieve. Bottom line, I think you just kind of have to let it be as it be, whether or not you add more sugar or you make it taste the way you want it to taste. Just always kind of keep that in mind. Last up, like I said, guys, 30 grams of protein. I think that's an amazing amount of protein in a vegan protein shake. Obviously, the majority of vegan proteins I feel like are right around like 20, maybe even 25 grams. 30, I think, is one of the higher amounts that I see in a vegan protein. Got to remember, they're pulling this protein out of plants. So it's going to take a lot more plants to pull that protein out because the majority of plants are made up of water and basically just fibers. So just kind of keep that in mind, guys. I think overall though, you know, in terms of the label ingredients, you know, it's filtered water protein blend, which is a pea protein isolate and a brown rice protein concentrate, less than 2% of the sunflower oil, soluble corn fiber, cocoa processed with alkali, cane sugar, natural flavor, tricalcium phosphate, dipotassium phosphate, stevia, and gellan gum, and then the monk fruit extract, guys. Just a couple other notes here. No artificial sweeteners, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, 30 grams of protein, vegan, non-GMO, and gluten-free. So a lot of information right here on the, you know, actual product here. And, you know, I think for most people that are looking for a vegan protein shake, they want the no artificial sweeteners, no artificial colors, flavors, etc. So I think overall, in terms of the label, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I still think that they could bring down potentially the fat maybe a little bit. That's just kind of a personal preference. So let's just move right into the taste, guys. Like I said, we have 2 different flavors here. Now, we did this in the initial, you know, Labrada Nutrition Ready to Drink protein review. I opened all 7, I believe, of them, and we drank and tasted each one. Obviously, there's only 2 flavors here, guys, the vanilla caramel and the chocolate. So this will be a very quick and easy review. Let's start with the chocolate here. Now, these have been refrigerated, obviously. So very similar color to the chocolate from what I recall. And let's do the vanilla caramel. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna like the vanilla caramel a little bit more, even though I'm not a big vanilla kind of fan. Yeah, just the consistency there, the color here, yeah, I like that. I like that color. It looks really, really good. And yeah, let's drop these here. Here you go, so you guys can see it. Right there. All right, so I am gonna start with the chocolate, and cheers. All right, tastes kind of watered down, which is kind of typical of most vegan proteins unless you do very little water. There is a very, very small kind of grainy taste in there, but it has this nice cocoa kind of flavor in there. Everything's very smooth. It does have a little bit of some sweetness, but it doesn't taste like fake or like sugar alcohols, that sort of thing. Yeah, overall, I think this is a solid chocolate. I think it tastes very natural. Obviously, like I said, there's no artificial flavors here. Natural flavoring here, cocoa. I think it tastes really good. I mean, in terms of the chocolate, that's definitely solid. And let's move right into the vanilla caramel. Cheers. That one is very interesting. So it's not as thick, like I said, kind of watered down here. Obviously with, you know, powdered vegan protein shakes, you can kind of control your consistency here. But initially you kind of get this very nice, like smooth, kind of watery, you know, protein shake, right? And then on the back end, once you kind of swallow them and get those flavors moving, you get this very soft vanilla and then this big punch of caramel. Again, sweetness is not super high here. Obviously 6 grams of added sugar, cane sugar, everything tastes very natural here. There's not as much grain as you get from the chocolate here. Yeah, it's ever so slightly, you kind of taste it with that caramel kind of flavoring there. Again, no artificial flavors here, so it's like, it's an actual natural flavoring here. I think it tastes really good. Honestly, I'm a little surprised by this, but I actually prefer the chocolate a little bit more than the vanilla caramel. I still think it's a really good flavor. Yeah, I just kind of prefer the chocolate more. I'll go back, I'll try it one more time, just kind of make sure. Yeah, you know what's interesting is when you go back to this, to that, from vanilla caramel to chocolate, it kind of tastes a little bit different, obviously. Now, I have not eaten anything. I am fasted right now. The only thing I've done is pretty much go to the gym, and now I've come back. So overall, guys, I think flavors are actually really on point here for a vegan protein. I like the profile here. I do think it's a little bit high calorie. I think the fat's a little high, obviously, but that tends to happen with vegan proteins. Alongside that, guys, I think this is a fantastic vegan protein, honestly, and it's ready to drink. You don't have to do any mixing. You know, you pick this up at 24 Hour Fitness, you know, buy a case, put it in your fridge. If you're, you know, trying to fast or you get a little hunger, you snag one of these, and it's kind of somewhat, I would say, somewhat of a meal replacement if you are vegan. That, you know, obviously, it's tough. It's very, very tough to find a solid vegan protein shake, but I think this definitely hits the nail with the hammer, as they say, and I would highly recommend you guys go and check it out. If it doesn't fit in your macros, obviously don't drink it. You know, that's the bottom line here. You know, you can go either way. I think if you can fit it in and you're looking for something to, you know, replace that bag of chips or replace that afternoon snack, this is probably a really good way to go, and you're getting a ton of protein. So just always keep that in mind. And with that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.